Hi, my name is Mia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And as you can tell by the title of this video, today I will talk a bit about our experience of having a dog while living here in Rota, Spain, while being stationed here, or in our case, even getting a dog while being stationed here. And before I get into all that, I do want to apologize for taking so long to upload a new video. I know it's been like 3 weeks by now. That's because Leaf was a bit sick for a little over 2 weeks. He's completely fine now. He's been fine for a few days now. But because it's the summertime now and there's so many tourists bringing their dogs, there's a bit of colitis going around. So Leaf wasn't feeling his best. But now we're all good. And I'm back with another video for you guys. So yeah, I know if you're watching this, you're probably American being stationed here or about to be stationed here. And it's no secret that Americans love dogs. And that is actually one thing that Americans and Spaniards, at least Spaniards in this region, seem to have in common because, yeah, Rota is just super dog friendly. There's tons of people that have dogs here. And so that's great news for everyone coming here with their pets. Now, if you're coming here, then obviously the first thing you're gonna do is look for a place to live. Just like everywhere else, you want to make sure that wherever you end up choosing, your landlord is gonna be okay with having pets. From what I've seen, lots of landlords are good with it. Most landlords are, in my opinion. But just to be sure, make sure to ask your landlord if they are okay with you having a dog or dogs or whatever pets you might bring here. And you might also want to have a bit of a garden for your dog to run around in. You might get a little bit luckier in some cities a little further away from the base, like at Puerto de Santa Maria or in Chipiona. They have much bigger houses and therefore bigger gardens as well, for a lot cheaper than you will find here in Rota. So if that's something that matters to you and your dog, then yeah, be sure to let your runner know when you come here to look for places to live. But don't worry, in Rota there's also plenty of houses that offer a bit of garden space, a bit of grass. So you'll definitely find some closer to base as well. Yeah, speaking of yard or garden space, Rota is also just a really great and walkable city for you and your dog. You have the forest here, you have the beach, you have lots of parks and even dog parks around. Yeah, plenty of ways to walk your dog here. Just make sure to keep in mind that in the summertime your dog is not allowed on the beach, unfortunately. There are dog beaches a bit further away, but here in the city of Rota they are not allowed to be on the beach at all throughout the summertime. So just something to keep in mind. They are quite thorough about that. There's always police walking around, and if you do not follow that rule, then you will receive a ticket. So that's quite important. One of the main reasons for that is actually that because so many people here have dogs, there's also a lot of like dog poop and pee everywhere, because some people don't pick up their dog poop. So please don't be one of those people. Please make sure to always have poop bags with you so you can pick it up, because it's not very pleasant. It's not making things any better for anybody here. And also there's just some areas where the smell of dog pee is quite strong. And I've seen a lot of Spaniards actually kind of try to fix that by taking a bottle of like soapy water with them to clean off their dog pee from the sidewalk. And I think that might be a great solution, but just make sure that if you do decide to do that, then yeah, just be sure to use some environmentally friendly, like biodegradable soap, so you don't harm the environment. We're right here by the beach, so we don't want to do any damage. And I think another point that might be very important to you is vets, any sort of veterinary services, and you'll be happy to hear that there is plenty of vets in and around Rota. There's of course the one on base, but there's also plenty in the city all throughout. We personally go to a veterinary clinic, Laguna del Moral, and we are super happy there. They are very professional. They even speak English too, but you'll find that in a lot of places here. I can highly recommend ours, but then again, I also haven't tried any other ones, so I'm sure you can't go wrong wherever you go. Yeah, speaking of veterinary services, we have these sandflies here that if your dog gets bitten by them, they will have a chronic illness and you will not be able to take your dog back to the States with you. So it is super important that you always have some sort of flea treatment on your dog, whether that is through like the spot-on flea treatment, which you need to apply once a month, or they also sell these flea repellent collars everywhere around here. Those last a whole lot longer. And then there's also a vaccine, which I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. I'll just put it on the screen for you right here. But yeah, that's just another option to keep your dog safe. That vaccine alone is only about 60% efficient, so you'll still want to have some sort of other flea treatment on your pet just to keep them safe. On that note though, positive here I guess is that veterinary services are also a whole lot cheaper here, especially compared to the US. Vaccines are cheaper, general treatment for your dog is gonna be cheaper here, so yeah, that's a great perk of being here. And it's not just the veterinary services that are cheaper here, but also getting a dog is cheaper here. If you decide to buy a dog from a breeder, then you'll find much lower prices here than in the US, but I will always encourage you to look in shelters first, especially the one on base called Rota. They always have dogs that are looking for homes, so be sure to check that out first. They also always appreciate volunteers and donations and that kind of stuff. Rota is for on-base dogs. Off-base shelters, they actually do not like giving dogs to Americans. Some straight out refuse it, and that's because unfortunately there's a lot of Americans that are quite irresponsible with their dogs. They leave them here once they PCS, or they have to go on a ship, deploy, whatever. And so yeah, before you decide to get any sort of pet here, just make sure that you are aware of the responsibility, time, effort, love, care, and also finances that it takes to have a dog. Please don't just get a dog lightly. They are a family member, they are like a child, so yeah, just make sure you're aware of that responsibility. And also, yeah, just be sure it matches up with your lifestyle and that you are able to care for your dog and take them with you wherever you go. You might also be looking for any sort of pet services, pet sitting services, and there's actually a really good Facebook group. I believe it's called Rota Pet Sitting. I'll link it down below for you. There's just people from all ages here in Rota, a lot of high schoolers, but also adults, spouses, dog lovers. They offer pet sitting services. If you're gone for the weekend or something like that, you can always contact people in that Facebook group and find yourself a dog sitter. And while we're on the topic of Facebook groups, if you are looking to connect with other dog owners, I have another recommendation. Not dog specific, but they are very dog friendly as well. There's this organization here called Military Wild, and they do a lot of outdoor events, like hikes and such, and a lot of those are actually dog and child friendly. So if you're looking to find a bit of a community and be active with your dog, then that's a great opportunity. Yeah, make sure to check them out as well. Another big thing to consider here with your dogs is of course the heat. In the summer, temperatures can get really, really high, so here, just like anywhere else that it's hot, you need to be sure that you care for your dog, that they are plenty hydrated, and you might even have to work your schedule around your dog. That way you might want to get up before sunrise to walk your dog while it's still cold, or you might want to wait until the sun has set already and it's getting a bit fresher again, just so they don't suffer in the heat or burn their paws, that kind of stuff. But the same unfortunately also applies for the houses or apartments here, because a lot of them are horribly insulated. So if it's hot outside, it'll be hot inside. If it's cold outside, it'll be cold inside. So yeah, again, just make sure your dog has plenty of water if you're gone for a longer period of time, and you might even want to consider turning on the AC for them, just so they are comfortable inside the house or the apartment that you live in. Another little thing I want to throw in here is that a lot of people here don't really have boundaries around their dogs. So yeah, a lot of people will just come up to you and pet your dog straight away without even asking. A lot of dogs are also off leash, so you might find dogs just run up to yours without the owner really having control of the situation. So that's just something to keep in mind. Yeah, but on a positive note, for the 2 years that we have lived here without having a dog, nobody in the entire city talked to us. We felt so invisible, but ever since having a dog, I would say half the people, or almost half the people, actually stop and are very interested in us, are very interested in our dog Leaf. A lot more social interaction with locals if you have a dog, so that is, I guess, a very positive and interesting and rather unexpected perk that we have found since having a puppy. Now, if you're looking to purchase things for your dog, whether that is food or dog beds, a crate, a leash, whatever it is, you will find a lot of that stuff actually on base in the commissary or at the mini negs. They carry a lot of these items for you, but also lots of little local stores around here will have pet supplies as well. But if you are looking for huge dog or pet stores that will carry everything that your dog's heart desires, you're gonna have to make your way to either Cadiz, to the mall, or to the mall in Jerez. They have really awesome, really big and nice pet stores there. So you will really find anything that you could ever need. Lastly, of course, just be sure that you know all the information and procedures of PCSing before you leave here well in advance. Unfortunately, it happens way too often that people don't really follow the guidelines, all the steps in the process, and then they end up having to leave their dogs here. So again, don't be one of those people, please. Make sure that you inform yourself about all the necessities. Make sure to register your dog on base. That way you're able to PCS with him. Make sure to get a health certificate shortly before you fly out of here, and of course follow all the airline's regulations as well. Make sure to call the airline ahead of time to make sure that you are able to bring your pets onto that flight with you. I'm not gonna go into every single detail about PCSing with a dog here just yet. That video will probably be coming in about a year when we PCS ourselves, but also regulations change all the time, so just make sure that you are always up to date with what's going on in that realm. And that is the end of the video. That is all about having dogs here in Rota, Spain. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, make sure to leave me a like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos, and so you can see more of our adventures with our little puppy Leaf. Hey baby. Yeah. Say bye, Leaf. Bye. Hope you have an amazing day. I'll see you next time.